Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Today's video is going to be a save versus splurge comparison. I'm going to run through maybe 5 or so things on either side of pieces in your wardrobe that you can save on or things that are worth splurging. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name's Katherine and my channel is KWSHOPS. I do videos all about fashion, luxury, and shopping. I like to focus a lot on ways to save money for a lot of our luxury purchases. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit the subscribe button down below as well as the bell icon right next to it so you can be notified every time that I upload. So this video I feel like really brings two really important aspects of my channel together, saving and splurging. It may not seem like it from my channel, but I'm not someone that can just, you know, buy a new luxury piece every single week. On YouTube it may seem like that, but I definitely have to be frugal, and it definitely is important for me to save money where I can so that I can, you know, splurge out on a handbag every once in a while. I'm going to go through a few different categories of clothing, shoes, and accessories that I think are better to save on versus splurge. Now, when I say splurge, bear in mind that a lot of the things that I do buy that are, you know, luxury and more expensive, I usually find on the pre-owned market. The pre-owned market is huge and expensive. You can buy things at every price point, at every level. All the way from, you know, Target clothing to Hermes bags on the pre-owned market if you know where to go, if you know where to look. If you have any questions about how to shop on the pre-love market, I will leave my pre-love buying guide down below and check that out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below as well. But so when I am splurging on something, that means that I'm spending more money on it than I would on a piece from Zara, not necessarily shelling out the full retail value. And there are a few places that I like to go for this. I liked a lot to shop on The RealReal, and many of my splurges that you're going to see came from there. So I actually did end up saving for it in the end. As well as places like Poshmark, Tradesy, even local stores like Buffalo Exchange, and then other types of stores like Revolve. They will have things that I would say are a little bit more on the pricey side, but it's a little bit more attainable than some of the more premier luxury designer pieces. So the first thing I want to talk about are jeans. And I am someone, I've never really been into designer jeans. That's never been something it's been very important to me, and I don't feel like I miss them in any way. Every few years it seems that the cut and style of denim goes in and out. I remember being the last person wearing skinny jeans, and now I only wear skinny jeans, and right as I am getting into skinny jeans, now it's the boyfriend cut, etc., etc. So for me personally, I don't think it's worth it to invest in designer denim. Also, I used to be a very avid thrift shopper, and at thrift stores, the first thing that you see are just racks and racks and racks and rows and rows and rows of pre-owned denim. Most of the time with jeans, people do tend to wear them so much that you're not able to really sell them afterwards. And for me, if I am going to add a piece to my collection that is on the pricier side, I want to be reassured in that the resale value after I decide that it's not really for me anymore is going to at least be worth it in the end. And if you go to your local Goodwill, if you go to your local Salvation Army, you may be able to easily find denim from like J Brand and Page and what are AG, I don't know how to pronounce that one, so we're just going to call it AG. Denim is something that you see, designer denim is something you see all the time at thrift stores because it really does not hold its resale value whatsoever. And for me, I'm much happier spending less money on denim. My very two favorite pairs of jeans, almost, I want to say ever, are both from Zara. Both these are one pair that I bought last year. They have sort of like a looser fit to them, and they have a little bit of distressing, some, you know, words or whatever, but I don't really pay attention to what it says. It says, what does it say? It says, I'm ready for a new adventure, but that's not really why I like them, but they just fit me really well and they're very comfortable. And then as well, you've seen these before on my channel if you've seen a few of my videos. These are the Zara Love Your Curves jeggings in light wash distressed. Both of these pairs I think I spent in the neighborhood of $40 for. The thing with denim is that you don't really notice that it's designer as long as it fits. And I definitely think that denim is something that needs to fit you, and whatever fits you the best is the one that you go for. Me personally, I prefer to go the cheaper route. Okay, and now for my first splurge. And my first splurge is going to be a wallet. Now, this is a Louis Vuitton wallet. If you have been with my channel for a while, you know all about this thing, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. It is called the Rabat Cles. It really is a keychain piece that has since been discontinued, but it is just the perfect little wallet for me. The reason I do say that you should splurge on a wallet is because I only would buy cheap wallets. And the thing about cheap wallets is that they fall apart. A wallet is something that is used daily. Most people outside of the luxury community don't change in and out of wallets to match with their bag. So for most people, a wallet is something that is used daily, used and handled and, you know, bent and, you know, thrown around, tossed around daily. And I do think that it is worth it to get a more durable type of wallet. For example, Louis Vuitton. The wallets that I owned before I bought this one were, you know, very cheap, very poorly made, and they would fall apart at the end of 6 months to a year, and I'd have to go back to replace them. I definitely prefer longevity, and that's why I shop for luxury goods now. It is slightly about the brand name, but I more so go for longevity. This piece right here already was made in 2005, so it is 12 years old already, and I've had it myself and used it almost every day for 2 years now, and it is still going strong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I mean, I do have some, you know, glazing issues on the side of it, but it still is ready to go and perfect. I want to actually give a special shout out to Louis Vuitton because a lot of designers will make their you know, SLGs, small leather goods, out of actual leather, and I really don't see myself buying a leather wallet simply because leather is going to wear a lot more than canvas will, and the whole point in me having a designer wallet is to be able to have it forever. And leather eventually is going to wear down much more so than canvas will. So for me, a wallet is a definite splurge. So for our next save, I'm going to say anything trendy at all. I don't know why, but I feel like fashion is at a really weird place right now, and I am not really into a lot of the different types of, you know, a lot of the styles now are just very weird and very loud and very flamboyant, and I know that there really isn't going to be longevity in a lot of the styles that are out now. I don't really follow most of the trends just because it's not practical for the everyday person. However, there are a few times every once in a while where I will want to get adventurous and try something new. And Exhibit A. This I featured in my last haul video, and it is a gingham off-shoulder ruffle big sleeve crop top, right? And this is probably as trendy as you can get. Now this piece is really, really cute and I love it, but I bought this for $16. Any more than that and I really wouldn't have considered adding it to my collection because I know that is not something I'm going to get a lot of wear out of. A lot of, you know, designers do create all of these beautiful and really intricate and elaborate styles, but just generally speaking, something like that, if it would have been $200, $300, $500, it's not something you really can get a lot of wear out of. So if you do want to try it out, I would say go the cheaper route and save on the trendy stuff. My next splurge is a leather jacket. Motorcycle jacket, biker jacket, whatever you want to call it. Something along the lines of this. So mine is actually faux leather, and this is one that doesn't necessarily apply to me, but I do feel like a good quality leather biker jacket will carry you for years and years and years. I'm a special case with the jacket thing simply because, number one, I have massive shoulders and it's really, really hard for me to shop for jackets. Number two is that I live in Miami, therefore I can't justify splurging on a leather jacket in any under any circumstances because it's, you know, 80 degrees here all year long. So for me personally, I can't splurge on the leather jacket, but I definitely do recommend it as a splurge. A biker jacket is something that's going to be classic and will be able to stay in your collection for many, many years. You have to be very careful when shopping for faux leather jackets because a lot of the time they can look really shiny and cheaply made. So you do want to be careful of that. However, this one I found, actually I will call a save. It just, the reason I bought it was because it fit my shoulders, and that's really something that's only, you know, that only applies to me. But I got it from a local boutique here called Market, and I think I bought this for about $50, which is a great price. It is faux leather, and it just is wearing in incredibly nicely. And like I said, it fits me like a glove. So the next important thing to save on is going to be tech cases. Lately, a lot of the designers have been making cases for iPhones and, you know, different things. And I'm pretty sure that the Louis Vuitton iPhone case costs more than the phone itself. Whenever I plan on splurging on something, I want to be able to wear it for many, many years. And also, resale value is something that is important to me. We all know that every 18 months to 2 years, there is a new phone and the last phone becomes obsolete. So there is absolutely no way that I would splurge on a phone case. This one I think I got from Nasty Gal years ago, and it's from Sonics. I just like the print of it, and it has, you know, protected my phone and done great. And it was probably $12, and I think I've had it for over a year. So tech cases are definitely something to save on. Okay, so my next splurge doesn't necessarily apply to designer things, but the next thing I do think it is worth it to spend a little bit of extra money on are jackets, are coats, and sweaters. I remember my very first winter in New York when I was about 17 years old. I thought I was going to save money by getting a whole bunch of sweaters from Forever 21. And can I tell you, that was such a mistake. I froze. So, sweaters definitely, I would like to go for wool and for cashmere and just, you know, really high quality materials that actually do serve a purpose and keep you warm. Not to mention, a sweater is something that definitely will stand the test of time, and winter comes every single year. So you will always be able to pull it back out. As well as with coats. This is another example that once again doesn't necessarily apply to me, but this coat is from DKNY. While they're not like premier luxury, I am very happy with the quality of this coat. It's just a camel wool coat. I bought this last year when I was in New York, but I bought it at Buffalo Exchange, and I think I got it for about $30. I was looking online, and something like that probably would go for about $200. So once again, when I am advising splurging, I mean go for the brands. There are definitely still ways you can save on the splurges. Oh, another good tip is to buy your jackets, buy your coats and sweaters in January and February. That is when all the coats go on sale. The reason for that is that obviously they are anticipating spring coming, and coats and sweaters take up so much space on the shelves of a store. So in order to get rid of them, they actually do have to lower the prices. When I was in college, I think I bought a coat that lasted me years from Hollister, Abercrombie or something, and I think I paid about $30 for it. So, I mean, that was many years ago, but I mean, January, February time is definitely the time to shop for coats, even when you're trying to go for higher quality designs and brands. And another thing to save on, I'm not going to go too much into this because I feel like I've talked you guys' ear off about this, and that is suede shoes. I happen to love these because they're very comfortable, and I have sprayed them with a suede protector, but suede does wear very badly. I think it's especially true of suede sandals. Suede sandals I don't really like because they'll stain in the toe, and if you ever do go to resell your shoes, they are much less desirable with that, you know, foot stain in the toe area. So if you're gonna go for a suede shoe, even designer, I would say go for a closed toe. Definitely is a good move. But I also want to do a comparison. I think you've seen both of these together before, but these are a pair of faux suede Charlotte Russe high heels, heeled sandals that I really, really love. And I bought these some Buffalo Exchange similar store for $9. They probably retailed at about $30, and I think, you know, from far away they are just as good as my Gianvito Rossi pair, which retailed for over $1,000. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is actually another save, and that is jewelry, costume jewelry. Now I have two pieces here that I have splurged on, and a ton more that I've saved. You'll notice I'm wearing a Chanel brooch to shoot this video. Is this a worthy splurge if you're on a budget? Absolutely not. But it is a splurge. This is the definition of splurging right here. This is not something that I needed and did not need to spend this much money on it. I love it though. I mean, it's really difficult to compare these two things. However, these right here are a pair of floral hoop earrings. You probably have seen me wear them before. I bought these at Intermix for perhaps about $200 or something like that. And for $200, did they change my life? The answer is no, but I do love them and I do try to wear them as much as I can, but I just thought they were really interesting and unique and different, but splurge worthy, not necessarily. And to contrast that with these right here, these I bought from Aldo Accessories recently and they were $12. So now I've finished out the definite one way, definite the other. I'm going to talk about some things that really go into a gray area for me. The first thing I'm going to talk about are sunglasses, and I've really stayed away from buying a lot of designer sunglasses recently, just simply because a lot of the designs are just very weird and very wild and very out there, and I don't feel like they're good value for money. This is a pair that I did splurge on. These are a pair of Givenchy Wayfarers that you may have seen before, maybe not, and I love these. I love the design. I think they're very stylish and very classic, and the little detail, the little clear detail here I think is really cool. But these retailed at $380. Granted, that's not how much I spent on them personally because I did buy these probably on the real, but I don't think that sunglasses are worth the hefty price tag that they have. I think I bought these for maybe $100, and that's just simply because I really liked this detail and this style, and I think that they fit well on my face. But in general, sunglasses are not something that I think are worth it to splurge on. And now to contrast that, here is a mid-range pair that I found recently from Le Spec, and they are just as cool, probably a little bit cooler, and they were on sale from $89 and I bought them for $40 as opposed to, you know, $400. I think it is definitely better to save on sunglasses, to go for mid-range brands, because when it comes down to it, while I do love these and think that they're great, they are just plastic. I don't understand why I don't understand what makes these $380, even though I love them. I don't know. Next in my gray area is shoes. The reason this is a gray area is because I am definitely on the fence, definitely in the middle on how I feel about splurging versus saving on shoes. If something is very, very classic and very basic, it is worth buying one that's high quality, but if it's too simple, then it's almost better to get a cheaper pair. I've had plenty of shoes from Steve Madden and from Zara that have lasted me years and years and years, and plenty of designer shoes that have just worn down immediately. So it really does depend on the item, but I really don't know where I fall on whether or not to save or splurge on, you know, on shoes. One thing that definitely is a credit to the designer shoes is that I don't like to incorporate. I've been buying a lot of Steve Madden shoes lately, and I don't like to really incorporate too many pairs from brands like Steve Madden, because when it does come time to resell them after, you know, you're not really wearing them anymore, they're almost impossible to sell on the pre-loved market, just simply because they're so readily available and they go on extra super duper sale, so they end up sitting in your closet and taking up space. And I mean, they're cute, so you don't want to donate them, but at the same time you would rather maybe recoup a little bit of money for them, but it's really hard to do that when they sell for $20 and $30. And the last thing I'm going to speak on are bags, and it's definitely not in everyone's budget to splurge on a designer handbag and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on one. I do think a great first piece, a very important piece to have in your collection, is a really nice, elegant evening bag. This is my very favorite one of all time, and this is another one that is maybe a bit lower end. I don't know exactly where this came from, but it's just a Python clutch. Both of these are, I mean, definitely different price points, but still I would regard both as a splurge. Because I love handbags and because, you know, I'm part of the luxury community here, I think it's important to have a nice evening bag that you can wear, that you can also wear on your shoulder, maybe more so than a work bag or an everyday bag. If I were to pick, you know, the order in which I would start buying designer bags, I would definitely start with something classic and elegant first. But I have to say that before I had these two, I had this little cheap one that I bought from Urban Outfitters. Yeah, Urban Outfitters for $20, and I think it's really cute and nice. When you're going out for the night, something like this is gonna do you just as well as this one will. So while I happen to like this one better, this one definitely did get the job done for a very long time. And I'm gonna carry this again. I miss this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this save and splurge video. I hope I gave you some good pointers and good tips on where to save money and where it's definitely worth it to skimp. So please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!